Hi, and welcome to the 2022 season of 2B Honey in the 2B Honey Hive Hotel. It's early June. The bees have been doing great. They've been gathering a lot of nectar, gathering a lot of pollen. It's been a great spring so far, and let's check them out and see how they're doing. Ready? Now we'll see with the Hive Hotel. We have them starting out on the top frames, okay? Give them a little spritz just to cool them off a little bit. There we go. And you'll see how they're really doing well and really expanding well. What we're going to do as the bees start to really expand a little bit more into these frames, we're going to drop them down so that we'll have both the top and the bottom working. Okay, here, let's see if we can pull out a frame or two just to show you how things are going. We'll take a couple out. All right, let's see what we have here. Now, if you look, you can see they're putting a lot of honey in there. This is early honey right there. Early summer. Actually, it's even springtime. Let me see if I can move it over. We'll do another one so you can see. But can you see how the bees are just collecting all of that on there? And if you notice, I don't have the bottom frame on the medium. This way, if the bees want to, they can go down further. Okay, let's put this back in. Let's check another one just to give an idea of how. Now this is a deep frame. And you can see brood on there as well as honey. See the brood on there? And on the sides over here, see the honey on the sides? What we do once these get going, here's some capped honey over here. What we do once these get going is we take it and we're going to drop the brood frames down here and leave the honey frames on top. Let me put this one back in. Okay. All right, so this gives you an idea of how everybody's going. And you can see, without gloves on, just how gentle these are, because I don't have to work from the top. So I'm not disrupting the hive at all. Doing the Hive Hotel, all I'm doing is just letting them do their thing. I'm leaving them alone. I'm not disrupting them by opening from the back, and they can go about their business. Let's see if I can find one more good frame in here. Let's see. Oh, look at this one. Look how fresh that is with honey coming in. And on this side with honey coming in. Look at that. Now this year I got new queens, and my queens are marked. Their mark means that they have a little dot on top of them. I don't know if we'll be able to see her today, but I'll try to see if the queen will grace us with her presence. Let's see. Here's another one you can see. Whoops, sorry.
What color is her dot this year?
I believe it's blue.
Blue.
And if you look, you can see all of this going on.
Oh, there she is.
Look at that. There she is.
Let me get her. There she is.
See her?
She's right there. I got her.
And she's going around just doing more dot, 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 dot. She's just laying eggs going around the frames.
You can see she's a little bit longer than
Yeah.
the other bees. A
Yeah.
little bit bigger.
A little bit longer and bigger. Do you know why? Because she's full of eggs.
She's bloated.
Okay, right next to her, right here, that's a queen cell that they're making, but I don't want that, so you just pinch it out like that.
Ooh, okay. Why don't you want that?
Because we have a queen.
Ah, you don't want another one.
Right. If there's two queens, do you know what happens when there's two queens?
In the same
In the
hive.
same hive? Do you know what happens?
What happens?
They swarm.
Oh, that's
And then they turn into two hives. So that's why you just pinch that out just a little tiny bit.
So you're kind of managing
Managing
what you've
the
got,
hive.
managing
Right.
your hives.
Yep. Managing the size of them and everything. Okay, so we're just going to move these over. And then what we'll do, we've seen this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one of the regular Langstroth hives, and I'll show you how that one's coming out too. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on just a minute. You can pause it. Now with the Langstroth hive, you see it starts out a lot smaller, but as it grows, I have to put more boxes on top. But right now, we just have a little bit. And I put some smoke in the front to calm them down in the front. And then as I open it up, I'll calm them down there. Now with the Hive Hotel, I just opened it up. With this, we take off here. And now you can see the bees down here a bit, see? I'm gonna get a little puff of smoke there just to keep them nice and calm. These bees are nice and calm. They're very nice, gentle bees that I'm working with. And now I'm gonna use the hive tool, all right? And that pries this open. There. And now you can see. Now from here, it looks like there's more bees in here than in the Hive Hotel, but actually it's about the same. The difference is these are all on top. So when you start going to different frames, you'll see that it all evens out. All right, I'll show you that in just a second. Let's tap this a little bit. Now the smoke keeps the bees nice and calm, keeps them relaxed. And we'll use I like this hive tool to take the frames out because it hooks in and then you just lift it. And it hooks in and you lift it. And you see this one, it had bees on, and you can see the frames are there, not a whole lot of honey or brood yet. So we're going to set this one aside. Let's see what's on our next one. Oh, still nothing here, so we're going to move this over. I just want to be able to show you a nice, and if you look down, you can see not a lot going on in the bottom. Okay, now here we'll see some honey. I could tell because I could see a little bit of honey. There we go. See, there's some honey right over here where my thumb is. See the honey right there? And if you look at the rest of the frame, that's pollen that's in there. It's called bee bread. That's pollen that's packed in there, and that's food for them to eat. Okay? So they don't just eat the honey. Oh, and now if you look here, you can see the eggs. This one has brood. Can you see the eggs? Right there. See those? So the queen might actually be up here. I do not use a queen excluder. Sometimes I do. Usually I don't. I let the queen come up and then I let her go back down on her own. Let's see. More brood here. I'm just seeing if we find the queen on here. Okay. Now the way bees work a hive, just going to show you, is they have brood on the outside and on the inside and honey on the outside. That's the way they do their frames. Naturally. That's the way they naturally do it. Okay. Going to do just another little tap. Just because I don't want them to get scared. All right. And some more. That's actually a good pattern of brood that we have. Okay. See, that's the thing with these, is they get stuck sometimes. Look at that one. Nope, I don't see her yet. Just looking around for her. This one I want to show you might be a good honey frame. Let's see. Let's see. Ready? There she is.
Ah, I see her. Oh, she's hiding.
No, here you go. See her?
Yep. Blue dot. There she is.
Now she's looking around here to lay eggs, and she keeps bopping her head in there because she doesn't understand why all these are full of honey. If you look around, see, look over here. See all that honey that's in there? These are all, and she's
the honey is glistening. It's a little shiny.
Yeah, she's looking around for a place for eggs, and she's like, there's nowhere to put the eggs. Okay. I'm gonna take her and see if we can just.
How will she find a place?
She'll just keep walking around.
Okay.
Eventually what happens is she'll actually go back down to the bottom.
Okay.
If there's honey up here, she'll go back down and start laying them down there. Okay? Let's see if this one has good honey on it. It feels by the weight, I think that's a lot of honey. Yes,
Wow.
it is. Look at that.
Yeah, I could see it all glistening. I'm going to try to get the
There's
end.
your early summer harvest right there.
Yeah.
Some lucky person's going to get some of this.
With all these amazing flowers out there. It's going to
Yep.
be so delicious.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty nice. And then what I'm going to do is just take this first frame that I took out, put it back in. I'm not going to go down to the bottom. Okay? I don't feel the need to go down to, and inspect the bottom. By inspecting the top, I saw that we have honey, we have brood, we have a healthy queen. There's no reason to look at the bottom because it'll be the same thing down there, and I don't want to disrupt the hive. Now, with the Hive Hotel, it's a lot easier to inspect a lot more. But with this, I just want to leave it and let them stay on their own. Maybe next week, I'll add another frame on top of this, the way these are filling out. I'll see if we can add another, probably another medium, and we'll stack it up and we'll see how well they're doing. Queens are doing good, the brood is doing good, the honey's doing good. Oh, let's see if we can do a 2B honey fact of the week. What would be a good piece of information? You know what people ask me? Why do you have a smoker? What's its purpose and what do you put in it? First, a smoker actually, it doesn't make them think there's a fire. What it does is it just kind of hides the smell. So if someone is looking up and they get fearful or they see some big giant coming down in the hive, it stops them from warning everybody else. Keeps them calm, keeps them gentle. It's like soothing music. It's a nice soothing sound for them. All right, now what we put in here, I've seen online where people put everything from grass to pine cones to pine needles and everything in between. What I use, a little bit of bark from trees, and I also use cocoa mulch. Cocoa bark mulch, because it gives a nice smoke, but it doesn't get that hot. So it's not really hot, it's just a nice smoke that comes out, and it lasts for quite a while. So that's our fact of the week, 2B honey fact of the week, that bees like the smell of smoke and it calms them down. No matter what you put in your smoker, as long as it's a smoker and not a heater. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. 2022 looks like it's going to be a great season, and I'll see you next time.